We should also watch out because we're... Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. There's a bad guy protecting it. As is always the way. And it's just the one coal node. I wonder if we can knock him off. Oh, it's these ones. I hate these ones. They sort of explode. They create sort of... Yeah. They are nasty beasts and pretty big beasts as well. And is he attempting to teabag me? Okay, we're gonna need... This is gonna be a bit of a run back now. This could take a while. Now that's beautiful. The way that just sweeps over the top of the bridge. I like that. Actually, you've got to be careful when building. I don't like blocking them. They will just fly through any structures that you put in their way, but I don't like blocking the way, because they are just majestic things. It's always worth just bearing in mind the flight paths of those things when you're building. Actually, I'm wondering if you could jump into the water from here and whether it would actually save you. Maybe not something to test immediately, but something we could test in the future. Now, these things are actually best dealt with by using a gun, but... Don't shoot me off the edge. I was trying to do the same thing to you. Oh. No, 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 no. No, I can't knock him off. I need something that's going to injure you. What, knock you back? Unfortunately, this weapon won't do that. Don't run away from me. I know you've got like a long range thing that sort of helps blast off. Though actually maybe running away is a good thing, because... No, he's going to fire. Oh, don't hit me back. Oh, this isn't good. He's going to... We get him? Did we get him? Yes, we got him. Yes. Where's your pieces? There we are. Right, okay. We have now cleared out this area over here, so that's good. Let's just we have coal. Oh, also, actually, we can get this back as well. Right. This is our coal vein. Yeah, not that we actually need a lot here, but we know we can now get to it. So what we need to do here is set up a mining thing. What type of coal vein is it? Do we actually look? It's a normal. I'm not sure how much it will produce, but we'll set up a mining system that will then bring it all down from up here. And you can see the space elevator coming out of the valley there, where we built our first factories all the way down there. That looks cool. Right, but we need to get back. We need to go and set up a line that's going to bring it all the way around to here. We're going to need to set up a mining system that drops it down to here, and then we're going to need to set up some coal power plants. All right, I don't know how to... That's it. Playing around with ladders at this height is not a good idea. The fall would be fatal. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I need to go and build some coal power plants. That means I need to get some more resources. Most notably rotors, which is something we don't have a lot of at the moment. That is one of the hairiest best sort of bridges I've ever built to get onto there. When you're coming down at speed down the slope towards this chasm. You're blocking my sunlight. You're blocking my sunlight. I was working something out. I was trying to do a calculation and you've come and blocked my sunlight out. You are starting to get a little frustrating. And those are live cables you're right by. I've said this a million times. Don't walk by live cables. Something just ran out of power. I just heard something power down. I don't know what just powered down, but we better go and check. 2 seconds. Let's just finish building these. We need cables. That's only really close, so I think it's something nearby. Something's powered down. I think this one's still running. It looks like it's green, but we might as well top it up. There should be, I think there's another 2 generators around here somewhere that need to be powered up. It's not this one. Might be that one. That looks like, it's hard to tell the difference between yellow and green in this game sometimes. Something definitely powered down. I heard it's shut down. Well, that's still moving. So who's not running? Must be one of the... Oh, it's these guys. Look at that, they're all red. Oh, one of these run out. How's that run out when these are still running? Oh no, they're not running still. They still need 20. 20. 20? 200. Sorry. 200. What did I bounce off then? That wasn't that hard a thing. Where are you going to? You're just rolling off on your own accord. You have to look up that techniques for making these sit neatly together, but for the time being, oh right, resources aren't deep enough there. Okay, so we'll bring it over here. Oh, hang on, did that snap to each other there for a second? I'm sure I got it to snap then. I just want it to... Just want you to sit neatly together, that's all. There, that's it, that's all I wanted. So, water extractors, 4 of them. To power up, we're going to need foundations. I want to build like 6 coal power plants. And they're going to be down here, so we're going to probably need to bring this out by another couple. Preferably not underwater like that. Okay, there we are. We've got our water pumps on the right. We got our coal generation on the left there. It's going to be 6 power stations versus 3 of these. That should be enough to power them up. It's like 1 for 2 of these. And let's have a look. And they're going to produce 75 megawatts each. So by my calculations, that's 450 megawatts going to be produced by that, which should be just enough to power up what's down in the valley and give us a little bit left over, including what we got here. So we should power everything up. We hope so we can actually not rely on all the biomass burners down in the bottom there. We are going to put a few more biomass burners up here because we're going to need it for like kick-starting the circuit when we need to. But yeah, that should do the trick. That should do the trick. Of course, the next step we got to do is we're going to have to build the connection points to all of these. And I didn't bring a battery with me. I was meant to bring a power battery. Did I bring one? No, I didn't. I was a bit silly. Don't drive into my stuff. Those tractors don't like to stop, do they? 1 power shard. That's what we need to take with us. Okay, so I've just opened this up and I can't put my power slug in there. My power shard. And I thought you could into the mining systems. I'm pretty sure you can. So maybe I haven't unlocked that feature to be able to actually put the power shards in there. I'll have to look into that. I nearly just fell off there. That was not a clever move. Right, if this is sort of semi-central to here, we could probably run those into there. My concern is I'm probably going to run these high so that we can put the water underneath them. No, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Grab a hold. Oh, I'm dead. That didn't work. I'm going to have to run back up there. Oh, no. You know, I have the option for a parachute to actually go and build a parachute. And I was like thinking, when am I going to need a parachute? Probably around about now. Stop creeping forward. See, that now explains it. That's why I couldn't put the overclocking in the miner. There's an extra research tree that I hadn't thought of. I thought these were the 3 slugs, but obviously the third one here was actually the overclock. The final power slug is done after the yellow. So you need to actually research overclock separately. That's going to take about 5 minutes, so let's get that burning up a second. And now we can overclock. There we are. So what these power shards do is that when we put them in there, it enables us to actually increase the speed of the thing. It does use a little bit more power for the actual amount of goods that you're getting out of it, but we can actually increase its efficiency. So we can actually overclock this up to 150%. So now instead of producing 60 ore a minute, this will now produce 90 ore a minute, which is going to be enough to power up the 6 coal power plants instead of just powering up 4. Because otherwise we would only been able to produce 60. The coal power plants take 15 each. So that was going to make that one a bit more efficient. So what we're going to have now is we're going to have 90 ore coming out of here, running down this line all the way down here. You can see you've got the power lines here as well. And if we sprint all the way around to the corner here, following the line, this is a Mark II conveyor belt here because the Mark I only moves 60 a minute. So it's not going to be quite fast enough to cope with the power slug on there. It's going to bring it over to here to this item lift here, which is going to drop it all the way down to this conveyor belt that's going to run all the way up to those coal power plants. And as you can see, probably off in the distance there are a number of splitters in the line there, which will split it down. We say 90 split between 6 will be 15 per minute on each of those. And we're using the overflow method for that one. So it's going to take a little while to build it up before the coal power plants get up to full power. But once it's all in there, that will then produce, each will take 15 a minute and producing off of the coal. Meanwhile, we've got these 3 water pumps here. They should be sufficient to be able to provide the water for 2 coal power plants each. So we have them coming in and splitting their pipes to go to each of the ones individually there. And we've got there, you'll see I've put 3 biomass burners on the side there. They're there just to kickstart the water pumps and the miner system here, which we're going to do in a second when we go down there. And essentially what we'll do is we'll run power first to the mining system because obviously the coal power plants can't run until they start getting coal and water. So we'll use the biomass burner to kickstart it. So it will get the coal pumping out of there and it will also get the water pumps going. Once these coal power plants start firing up, then we will switch the power over from the coal power plants to power these, and it will start sustaining itself, which is what we need to get to. But we need to kickstart it, which is why we've got the biomass burners there. And we'll keep them there because if we do ever have any power problems, we may need to re-kickstart it again in the future. I hope we don't, but just in case, it's always worth having it there. Now I've got to work out, how do I get back down from here? Last time I tried this, it didn't go so well. So let's have a look. So this is not something for anyone who's got vertigo. Oh, I think we got it. Yes, there we are. Right, okay, we should be able to get down safely now. That's always a little bit of a worry. It is quite a distance to come down from this point here. And we also need to connect up this last power line just behind us. Oh, no, don't fall. Oh, that was me trying to look around. Okay, we need to get back there again, get our stuff, connect up that last power line, and we should be able to go. I tell you, I've done this run so many times. I have died so many times trying to set up this coal power plant system. I'm by no means an expert at this game. I'm not going to declare myself that at all. Okay, so we need to get these all up and running. So let's go and drop some biofuel in each of these. I like the way it suddenly immediately takes it and starts doing stuff with it, even though this actually isn't plugged up to anything yet. Right, okay, so we need to start kickstarting the system. So the first step we're going to do is do that, and it should start producing, bringing ore down from there. The other thing we're going to do is connect it up to this side. And what we should find happens is these water pumps should start pumping. And hopefully there should be enough head lift. Now head lift is how far above the ground it can lift the water, but these are pretty much parallel with the pumps. So it should be sufficient to actually power up all of these with the actual required amount. Hopefully we shall have a look, but we can see they're expanding out. You can see like the pipelines there. You can see sort of the valves are opening up. And hopefully that's drawing enough into these It's needing fuel. I know you need fuel, but your water is building up. We need 50 meters, cubic meters a minute. Our consumption is 45 a minute, but it can take up to 50, and it's just building up. It's going to take a bit of time for these to build up, so they've got to power up, build the pressure. Hopefully, that should do the trick. Otherwise, we might need to install some pumps on the line, but it's still going up. The aim is that we shouldn't really need pumps on this. We could say we're not pumping uphill. And the other bit we're looking out for is obviously the ore coming along. We should be having a load of coal ore coming along the line in a minute. Any second now. It has got quite a bit of a journey coming down all the way across here down to here. Maybe I should have built the coal power plants a little bit further down that end. A little bit less distance for it to travel, especially when we need to re-kickstart it if there's a problem or anything else like that. But we should be all right. But yeah, once we get the water pressure built up in here, and we've also got the coal coming in, we should be pretty much good to go. And these power plants should be up and running. Yeah, this has gone up to its maximum now, 50 meters cubed. That's handy. All we need is just the coal. But I think, if I'm looking down this line, I think I can see it coming. It's just taking its time. Oh, and there's that bee. Let's see if we can get him to come over. Get rid of him, because he's always buzzing around here. There's the coal coming over. You gonna come and see us? You seem to be ignoring me. You seem to be just happy floating around, swimming around there. Okay, well, if you don't want to come and fight us, then I get it. I'm not sure using a water zapper underwater is the best option idea. You know, I'm pretty sure electric and water doesn't mix too well. Last I knew. Right, okay, this looks like we've got smoke coming out of the coal generators. I think the coal has just started to reach them. The coal generators are going to take a moment to actually fully power up, because they're going to need to actually get their coal. And you can see the first ones are starting to go on and then turn back off again. That's probably because we haven't quite got the production levels just yet. We need to pump the coal into them. Might be an idea to turn some of them off while they're building up their power. So we need to get over there. Just want them building up the power, building up their supplies of coal. Yeah, these ones need to be switched off for a second, just while they're building up. We've got their water pressure, but they haven't quite got their coal yet. So let's go and knock these down until the first ones are filled up. This is going to take a little bit of time to charge up to full specs, but it should get up to its full specs soon enough. Yeah, so these are now starting to produce. So we're getting about 150 megawatts out of this, which is actually more than we need to power these. So we can actually turn off the burners, the biomass burners now, because they're only producing a total of, what, 90 megawatts? And then these two coal power plants are going to be producing 150. So what we can do is we can actually connect now this power line to here. We can disconnect this power line, and if we come in here, we can just switch off the biomass burners, and we should still continue to be powering up everything we need to power. So we should be still producing enough power for the miner up there, and the free water pumps over here, which you can see have now built all their pressure up. And yeah, we're still getting 50 cubic meters coming into here. That's pretty cool. And the coal here, I mean, this is maxed out now, so we're just waiting for the next one to max out. Once that's maxed out, the third one should be the next one to go. So we're starting to get, yeah, you can start to see the lines backing up here. That's good. That's exactly what the stack overflow method is supposed to do. So now that one's backed up, it's going to start producing more and pumping more into this one, which you can see is up to about 30. Oh, something's just gone down. I hope it's not these ones. No, that's fine. That sounds like, when he just said the power went down, that's probably something back at the main base, I think. It's probably one of the biomass burners had probably dropped out, so we'll check that when we get back. But these are now producing power. These are still producing power. I think. I hope. It's running along the pipes. Let's check these here. Yeah, still got full power on that. That's good. Right, okay, so to make sense of this, as you can see, you have a number of lines here. So this is actually what we're using at the moment, the orange line. This is what we're consuming. And you can see it's bouncing up and down a little bit because that's to do with the water pumps and about how much they're actually needing to pull and pressurize out. The blue line is how much we would use if everything was running at full pelt. So if everything was running at full pelt, like all the water pumps, then it's going to be at the blue line. And the reason why there's a discrepancy between the blue and the orange, if you look over here, you can see this one on the right here is fully powered. But these two water pumps, even though they've got their pressure up to max, aren't actually running because they are actually going to be powering up the other 4 coal power plants once they get their full coal allotment in a second. But at the moment, they're not actually running, so they're not needing to actually draw any power, so they're not quite getting there, but it could go up to the blue there. And then the final one we need to know is then the capacity stroke production, which is going to be all the way up here, which is 150 megawatts is our actual capacity, which is going to be the maximum there. So what you want to try and do is keep your blue line below the grey line, and that's preferable. And if we can keep the blue line below the grey line, you'll always have enough power to keep you going. That's the aim anyway. Let's see how these are stacking up now. So the first two are now, that's like stacked up. And I think our third power plant has just actually, yeah, it's filled up. So we now need to give it power. We're going to turn it on. That's just, as you can see on the graph here, just increased our capacity. Brilliant. So we've just gone from 150 up to 225 megawatts, even though we only still need 70 megawatts maximum. The reason why we're powering these all up, because we're going to run this power down to our main base in a minute. And when we get there, we can actually then plug it into what we've been having all the biomass burners, which is not a moment too soon, because I heard a minute ago the power downside noise, which means one of the circuits that we've got down there, we've got multiple circuits running off the biomass burners, has probably just shut itself down. So we want to run these down there to actually connect it up. Okay, and power plant number 4 has now filled up on coal, so we're going to switch that one on. Now we're going to see the smoke starting to billow out the top there, and we can see our capacity has jumped up again. This will fluctuate probably again a little bit more, even more towards that blue line. You can see it's sort of getting closer to the blue line sometimes as we need to actually draw more water out of it there. And you can see these pumps are probably going to have to pull a bit more out there. So that's the next line done, and now we've only got 2 more coal power plants to actually run and power up. So that'll be plant 5, which is on 56, and this one, which is on 55. So they're pretty much even actually, because at this point it's on the last splitter. So it's pretty much, these should come fill up at around about the same time, approximately. Power on and power on. And we should see starting to billow smoke out the top there. We can see our capacity has now jumped all the way up to 450 megawatts, which is awesome. Yeah, brilliant, 450 megawatts. And yeah, our production, you can see now the orange line has got a lot closer to the blue line. And that's because all 4 pumps, or 4 pumps, I keep saying 4, there's only 3. All 3 of these water pumps are now up full blast and full capacity to power these. That means their power consumption is much higher. Which is good. It's good. Right, okay, let's go and finish this all off then. So we now have a running power production facility. So we've got this all set up. The final bit is now to actually get the power down to our base itself. So that's going to involve probably taking this tractor and basically just driving back the route we came and setting up some power poles along the way. If I don't get it stuck on the power pole itself. There we go. That was the most splendid exit I could ever imagine. Right, okay. Let's bring this down. Actually, as we're coming down here, I've got a question for you guys. I'm thinking about one of the next moves that we need to do. We're going to have to build a steel production facility, but we're also going to need somewhere that's actually going to be a more permanent sort of storage facility. So we've got some storage facility back at the base itself, but really we could do with an actual proper storage room full of actual storage pieces. And I'm debating about where to put it. So one of the possible locations is maybe situated around here. in this sort of valley area. Maybe we'll put the space elevator down there, because I'm thinking where we have the storage area, we should also turn around and have our actual main sort of hub as well. So we'll probably move some stuff around. So I'm thinking somewhere in this vicinity might be quite nice. Maybe we'll put it down on the ground here, build it into the valley over here, sort of tucked away in here. That's one possible option. But let's have a look. Let's see where else we could go. I've got two other possible solutions if my tractor isn't running away there a second. One is if you've got the main base here. So remember, this is where we started off with all our original production over here, where we've got the base and the hub is over there. We could build it up there. So it's just above this segment looking down onto this area. Or the other option is, because I'm probably going to end up demolishing all of this area anyway, is maybe putting it here where we started and actually building a storage facility here and have everything flow to here. I'm not quite sure yet where I want it all to go. The only reason I may not put it into this area is because we've got all the mining facilities around here. So we've got all the mines here, so we don't want to block them up too much. But it is a nice little flat area that we've already put a load of foundations for. So we could build a factory up around here, or build a storage facility up around here, or up over here might be a bit better, a bit higher up. I'm not quite sure yet. Let me know down in the comments what you think we should do, what we should do, where we should put it, because it'll be helpful for me. Okay, right now we're going to switch over some power supplies. So we're going to take that out and take that out, and we're going to, that should power down all of these. But if we then pump that onto there, that should power that up. This is going to be a bit of a mess with the power lines for a moment, but so that's one 30 generator taken out. That's that one out. What was that powering? Yeah, this facility's all shut down. So if we do that, that should give us more power back. And we can actually get rid of the biomass burners over here. And that facility over there has also died. But if we can find a power line over here, power pole over here that can provide, that's got spare capacity, then we might be able to just power this straight up from there. And that's got spare capacity, which then powers those up. Awesome. And we can get rid of those biomass burners. My base is now fully powered from the coal things. Let's go and check to see what their capacity is. And look at that. We are now on max capacity. You can see how it's bouncing up and down now because of all the mining facilities and various construction facilities where they're not quite fully efficient. You can see the orange line bounces up and down, but the blue line is what we're looking at. We have 300 megawatts is being used at the moment. But the top line is 450. So we still got 150 megawatt capacity. So we can expand what we've got in terms of factory facility as long as we don't use more than 150 megawatts for it. If we use more than 150 megawatts, we're going to need to expand our power grid a bit more. But this powers everything we've got on our base. So that means we actually have success. We have actually succeeded in our goal here. We have actually replaced all of our power consumption, all of our biomass burners. We've got a free little backups there just for if we need to re-kickstart this place, but we have now replaced it with these coal lines, which means we don't have to keep doing what we did with the biomass burners, which was running around and chucking biomass fuel in there, because these coal power plants will just keep going now. They've got enough water to sustain them. They've got enough coal coming down from that coal facility up there. That is absolutely good news. So I think next we're going to have a look at storage and maybe also looking at steel. We'll see how we go over the next couple of episodes. It might be next episode will be storage, and then the one after that might be steel, or we might do them both in one episode. We shall see. But I have been Draken. This is the DrakenGameWerks. Quite happy with that. Quite happy with our power production down here. I'm Draken. This is the DrakenGameWerks. Thanks for coming along here. Don't forget to subscribe and to like this video if you've enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the channel, enjoy listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe because I'm going to be putting more stuff up. Not just Satisfactory. This is my second channel. I also put up. I'm going to be planning to put a few more things up there as well. Might put some Among Us up there as well because we've been playing a bit of that recently. And also we're going to be doing a lot more as well. If you go over to our first channel, we've got a lot that we're doing on Minecraft that we've been doing for a long time. So don't forget to check out the links in the descriptions below, as well as also we do streaming on Twitch quite regularly. We stream twice a week, normally Minecraft, but definitely come and check out those as well, and come and find us on Twitch as well. But in the meantime, you guys all take care, and we shall see you again soon.